Before. Oh, Kevin, come on. There you go. Okay, so about half and half, about half of you have never seen this process before. So I'm gonna go into some detail about how it works and why we do the things we do and that kind of stuff, because I told you when you came to Member Success Program, if you haven't been yet, that when you sign up for BNI, part of your responsibility is to serve the chapter at some point in time. So that's what we're talking about today. So who believes that if you do a job that you love, you're gonna do a better job? Absolutely, right? So when we went to a conference in Cincinnati in April, Dr. Meisner says, he calls it working in the flame and not in the wax. So think of your business as the part that you love is the flame, and the wax is all that stuff you do because it's part of your business, but it's not stuff that you really love, but it's necessary. So this is what happens if you participate in the leadership role. What are some of the benefits, do you suppose, that you gain from working in a leadership role?
Trust curve.
So, explain, David.
Your trust curve goes up.
Yeah, so you get people to trust you faster, quicker, more in depth, right? Because you're presenting yourself well, you're standing in front of everybody, talking every week. What other benefits might you get?
You learn a lot more about each individual member.
Right, so you get more research done and you learn more about everybody else, and they learn about you too as well, okay? Anything else? What about better public speaker? Who has served that thinks they're a better public speaker now than they were before this whole thing started? I think so, definitely. I tell you guys that, before BNI, I was flipping houses full time, and the only people I talked to were the guys at Home Depot and Lowe's. And and the dogs, because they would go with me. But I feel like I'm a much better speaker now than I was 9 years ago when I started with BNI. So I think that's a huge benefit. I've had people tell me that when they start, they have to talk like this because they're so shy and unassuming and they don't want to speak in front of public. But after a period of time in a leadership role, it really, really loosens them up to where they're more comfortable doing so. Okay, so there's a form here, I'm gonna pass it out, and during Member Success, I tell you never to pass stuff out. But the exception is because I'm gonna ask you to fill these out here today. I need to collect one of these from everybody, and the first thing you're gonna do is put your name on the top. If I don't get one back from you, then Christina's gonna hound you until she gets one of them back from you. So go ahead and put your name on the top of one of these, and then we're gonna fill it out. So as they're coming around, I'm gonna explain to you, because a lot of you are new, right? So I'm gonna explain to you what these positions are and what they're responsible for, so that you have a better idea, okay? So, remember, again, take out a pen and everything and put it on your calendar. September 13th is leadership training. To serve as part of the leadership team, you are required to go to leadership training. We need a caterer. Can somebody please invite a caterer? So we're gonna have lunch that afternoon at 12:30. We're gonna have training from 1 to 4.
Oh, no.
Before training, we will send you some online training to do as well, okay? So, all positions are 1 year. We used to change in 6 months. It is disruptive for the chapter, we found. So, all positions are for 1 year. As I go over the position, please consider if it's something you would really like to do. If it is, please put a check mark in the box below that position. So put your name, United Referral Partners, across the top. You want to put your name on the first line as well too, and check the boxes that you are interested in on the first line. Okay? Now the boxes below that, those are for you to nominate other members that you believe would do a good job. If you think Justin would be an excellent president, then you write Justin on the second line and you check the box that says president, for example. Now there's some rules. Please don't write Justin or Kevin or anybody's name and then check every single box. That kind of defeats the purpose here. We're really looking for you to come back and tell us what you're interested in and also what you think other people would be good at, okay? So please don't just check every box. Please don't be disappointed if you choose something and the leadership team decides to go another way. We have to fill all the spots, and we might feel that you're better suited for a different position than the one that you chose. And we have to have these back today, okay? And please don't, the last thing is, please don't put your name and don't put anything. Because this chapter does not run on its own. Pam and Christina and Jeff are doing a great job, but there's a lot of behind the scenes work that they do, and everybody should take a turn. It's not okay to come and sit and never serve the chapter. That is not okay, and that will not be permitted, okay? So I'm not saying you have to serve every year, but you're not gonna come year after year and never do anything, never be a visitor host, never be a membership committee. Okay, so the job of the president is to run the weekly meeting. They schedule and run the leadership team meeting, which is just once a month. They attend monthly roundtable or have someone do so for them. They have a brief weekly call. So when Jeff leaves your meeting, he picks up the phone, he calls me and he says, hi, we had this many visitors, we had a couple people absent, somebody's on sick, medical leave, those kind of things. So we just update during the course of the day, just a brief 5-minute call, what's going on. The traits of a good president are professional, outgoing, and organized. There is some work involved, but mainly it's running a good meeting according to the BNI agenda. The benefits are they get to speak every week, get to show their leadership skills. Does anybody not feel like you know Jeff better after him running the meeting since October 1st? I mean, you get to hear him talk every week and share stuff about his business and himself, so you know him better personally. Vice President, the job is to chair the membership committee. She also attends the monthly leadership team meeting, enters and audits chapter data. So when you guys put that information in on BNI Connect, Christina has to look at it every week, make sure things are accurate. When she was talking to you about putting things on BNI Connect earlier, keep in mind that before we had BNI Connect, so going back, Donna would know, going back 3 years or give or take, something like that, it used to take your vice president about an hour and a half to enter a stack of slips that was like this tall, right? So now you can take 5 minutes and enter your own stuff, and the vice president just has to verify. So please take that into account. It's really easy. If you need any help, any of us who do it routinely would be happy to sit with you. It's really a piece of cake on the mobile platform. Okay, so this person is diplomatic and organized. They run the membership process. Your VP is like your HR department. They do the hiring and the firing. They decide who's a good fit for the chapter. If somebody's not a good fit for the chapter, they keep tabs on attendance and those kind of things. Your secretary treasurer sends up reports with member data to the regional office. So when you get applications, it's their job to send those in and make sure the payment's made and those kind of things. She makes members, new members pending and connect so that they're able to log on and apply and those kind of things. She schedules the speaker rotation. She keeps track of the monthly meeting dues, pays your bills, attends monthly leadership team meetings. She's honest and organized, obviously, because she's in charge of your money in the checkbook, so you want somebody honest and organized. Your membership committee, right now, Dan and Erica, their job is to review applications to decide if those people are a good fit for the chapter. They deal with any potential conflicts in the chapter, not that we really have much of that thing, but if there was conflicts, they would deal with those as well. It's important for your membership committee to be diplomatic and familiar with the policies of BNI. The benefits, they help steer the direction of the chapter. You guys remember in the fall, you were a bit smaller than you are right now. It's part of the membership committee's job to determine who's going to be a good fit and to help get those people in there. Your education coordinator, Jose's doing a great job. Remember, this is a coordinator position. So Jose does not have to do education every week. So if somebody came along and so TJ wanted to share something with a group, he could go up to Jose and say, I'd like 2 weeks of education. I just read a really good book, want to share some information with the chapter. So again, that's a coordination position. Okay, what's going on?
Jose did not know that.
He didn't know that.
Oh, that's why it's called coordinator.
He'd been delegating a long time ago.
So the benefits of the education coordinator are to be organized and creative. There's a lot of BNI material. When you sign up to be education coordinator, don't think you have to invent something every week, because there's just a ton of stuff out there that you can draw from in order to present to the chapter. But you do have to make sure that somebody is presenting education every week, okay? Being a weekly speaker, Jose, do you think it's made you a better speaker?
Yeah.
I think so. I've known Jose for years, I think it's better. Visitor host, your job is to meet and greet members and visitors. You need to be there early. Your visitor host should be here by 7:15 because visitors come early. The benefit of being a good visitor host is you get to meet all the visitors first. Sometimes visitors, even if they don't join the chapter, they still give referrals. So you should always be talking to all your visitors, and that job of the visitor host allows them to do that first. Your mentor coordinator, you identify mentors for new members, for struggling members, to make sure that people are doing the best job they can. She also does new member orientation for new members. Growth coordinator assists the chapter with member growth, growth in referrals, growth in people, growth in thank you for closed business, any of the things that you want to work on, planning events, those kind of things. Okay, so I'm going to ask for one of these back from everybody. Remember the rules. Don't put check marks next to everybody's name. Do put at least one check mark next to your name, assuming that you'll take a role at some point in time during your term here, not years and years of sitting in the chair, not participating, okay? Can't caution you enough, whatever role you're chosen for, do a good job. The health and strength of the chapter depends on your leadership team doing a good job. Your reputation is at stake, really, remember, because you're the one standing up here. So if the chapter's doing well, you owe thanks to your leadership team, which I think you do, because you're doing really well right now. And I don't know who Anonymous is, but here's another quote for you, and I'm sure we'll have a quote at the end of the meeting, but here's one too. Every job is a self-portrait of the person who does it. Autograph your work with excellence. Okay, thanks very much. I'll be looking forward to seeing your forms and figuring out who's doing what next year with your leadership team. Okay, thanks very much.